කියලා ඉවරයක් කරන්න බැරි තරම් නිෂ්පාදන පෙළක්. කීස් නිෂ්පාදන අනිම මිලට හොඳම තත්ත්වයෙන්.
President Anura Dissanayake joined a public gathering of the National People's Power in Chavakacheri yesterday.
परंपरा गणनाවක් දශක ගණනාවක් අපේ රටේ දේශපාලනය
Nepotistic politics had been in practice in Sri Lanka for generations. The recent elections defeated this pattern. The people of this country were able to ensure the defeat of nepotistic politics and establish a government of the people. This country was governed by a class who considered themselves to be above ordinary citizens. We defeated this political pattern. We are of the same class and we have established a government. You placed your trust in us when you elected the government. It is our responsibility to protect your trust. We expect to implement massive transformations in our country's politics, economy and society. We will establish a people-centric political culture which focuses on preventing misappropriation of public assets. We must save the youth and children from the drug menace. It is being reported that a significant number of individuals in the Jaffna district have fallen prey to the drug menace. We will launch a special operation to tackle this issue. However, that requires the support of the people. We will not allow racism to continue in Sri Lanka. We must eradicate racism.
ජාතිවාදී පරාජයට පත් කළ යුතුයි.
Meanwhile, today the president joined a public gathering of the National People's Power in Galgamur.
දැන් අවුරුදු ගණනාවක් තිස්සේ අපේ රට වාහන ආනයනය කරන්නේ නැහැ.
Sri Lanka halted vehicle imports during the past couple of years. However, today we gave the green light to import vehicles for personal use after several years. This is a very difficult task which must be carefully executed. If all those who expect to buy vehicles import vehicles in February, this will drive up the dollar exchange rate. Therefore, we will allow the import of vehicles methodically. Vehicle prices increased as the value of the dollar has increased. We have imposed a set of taxes. If there's an increase in demand, that will create a possibility for another crisis. Prices of vehicles might increase during the first phase. We expect to lower prices after a certain period of time. We are implementing economic transformations. Some claimed that we will not be able to maintain international relations. We expect to visit countries of the Middle East in mid-February to hold talks related to an agreement on oil. The World Bank has agreed to allocate the largest tranche of funds it has ever allocated to Sri Lanka next year. We are building the economy and we need time. We were handed over a country which faces many issues including a collapsed economy and a debt crisis. Majority of our efforts are directed towards solving already existing issues. We have not had the opportunity to implement our own initiatives. The passport issue is one of the issues which the previous government left unsolved. We expect to solve this issue. We will re-recruit retired passport officials and implement a 24-hour service in order to address this matter. One of the main concerns of the people of this country was to ensure that politicians were no longer allowed to steal and exploit assets. We have implemented it. My expenditure head has been reduced by 50%. I assure you I will save most of those funds within the year. We do not exploit. We requested former presidents to make certain sacrifices towards this goal. We told one of them that the residence, which spans across 30,500 square feet, is too big for him. Recently, 470 million rupees had been spent on renovations. When we told him the residence is too big, he responded by saying that we are seeking revenge against them. This is not directed at seeking revenge. Do not exploit the people's money. Kindly return the house. If he does not have a residence to live in, we will provide one which is sufficient for 2 persons. How can he say he does not have a residence to live in when he held the presidency for 10 years? His salary has been credited to his bank account, but he claims to have missed it. It is the personal secretary who had been using it. His son too had not accepted his salary for years, even though it was credited to the relevant bank account. Imagine the wealth they possess if they can't remember their own salaries. We will provide him with a residence. However, it will not be his current residence. What will happen to corrupt politicians? The Criminal Investigation Department is conducting numerous investigations. As per their reports, action will be taken against certain individuals in February. Investigations will be carried out accordingly. 29 vehicles at the Presidential Secretariat were reported missing today. This is a country with no proper laws. We will transform Sri Lanka into a nation with law-abiding citizens. We have not governed the country before and you placed your trust in us. We will not break your trust. This government cannot be collapsed by actions of previously defeated parties as long as your support for us continues.
තමුන්නාන්සලගේ සහාය තියෙන තාක්කල් මේ ආණ්ඩුව ආපහු යවන්න බෑ.